Hi there everyone, my name is Gary McIntosh. I'm a teacher of English and Media at Braze High School and I currently teach the Higher Media course. I'm here to break down the course and provide information that will help you support your young person throughout the year. So first of all, we're looking at what Higher Media entails. It can be broken down into two distinct sections. First of all, we have the exam, and second of all, we have the assignment. In order to pass the course, all students must show their competence in both of these sections, and it is clear from various indicators that Higher Media as a course rewards students who work hard, with the amount of writing required topping a lot of other subjects. A breakdown of the assessment here, we have components, question paper 1 and 2, and the assignment as one overall component. So first of all, the two exam sections. We have the first section, analysis of media content. This is worth 30 marks and the overall percentage is 30% of the final grade, with the duration being 1 hour and 15 minutes. The role of the media is question paper 2, 20 marks, meaning 20%, and that will last 1 hour. And the assignment is worth 50 marks, which is 50%. There's no time limit on that as that's completed throughout the year. What I hope you can clearly see from this is the clear importance of the assignment to the overall grade, as it's weighted equally, or 50%, with the exam. That means that in order to do well in the Higher Media course, pupils must ensure that they're working hard throughout the year and not relying solely on the exam and performing well in that on the day in order to bolster their grade. A little bit of information about this. It's slightly different from previous years due to them changing the requirements slightly during the pandemic. That means that if you find previous past papers, you may find that question paper 1 is saying it's 50 marks, worth 33% of the overall grade, and lasts a lot longer. But that's been changed, and the amount of marks for the assignment has also been changed. So they've been reduced slightly, which means hopefully that your young person can focus more on certain aspects that will get them grades and hopefully perform better. It basically boils down to question paper 1, analysis of media content, becoming an either or question. So if you find an old past paper, you may find that it says they must complete questions 1A, 1B and 2A, 2B, and now they are given a choice of completing either or. Okay. Similarly, the assignment is taken out a certain amount of marks from the planning stage, ones which would have been slightly repetitive from other marks that they may have already tried to get in there. So it's a lot tighter, it's a lot more streamlined, and hopefully it will work out a lot better for your pupils. So question paper 1. Students will have to analyse media content and context through a media text. This year we are studying the film Get Out by Jordan Peele. They'll be required to answer the 20 marks out of the 30 marks in question paper 1 using that film as a reference. They will also be required to make a comparison between two unseen images. So the exam gives us certain options. They have film posters, product advertisements or magazine covers. They choose one of these two unseen images, and this is worth 10 marks in that comparison. Question paper 2. Students will have to discuss the various roles of the media in today's society by referring to specific examples that they will have studied in class. The 3 roles of the media they should be prepared to discuss and will have revised before going in will be meeting needs, which is entertainment, education and information, achieving particular purposes such as profit, promotion and public service, and influencing the attitudes and behaviour of society, which is either done intentionally by media makers or unintentionally. So ideally what would happen is they would prepare what boils into being a discursive, persuasive style essay, prepare several of them that answers these different areas of role of the media, and when they go into the exam, whichever one comes up, they should be able to answer that. With the assignment will be the culmination of months of research planning, filming and evaluating. This is worth 50% of the grade. That means it's of paramount importance that it's afforded the appropriate time and effort. It's not something that can be winged, so to say, because it requires a lot of writing down there, and it's just not possible to be able to come up with that at the last minute. It's just it requires a lot of depth and a lot of prep. The assignment lasts throughout the school year and will be split up in the following way. So we've already began our planning section, which runs from September to November. This is 4 sections of 5 marks each, and it basically boils down to a paragraph a mark roughly, where they take something they're planning to do and justify their planning decision. After they're finished with that in November, they can start planning and carrying out their filming. And in February to March, they then provide their development, which is also called reflection. So there's 2 sections, one that's 10 marks and one that's 20 marks, and they reflect and evaluate how well they did in the way that they filmed and in the finished product that they provided. Specific deadlines for the year have been given out to pupils. They were given out at the very beginning, and they were also put up in teams, so they should have those specific deadlines for each part of the assignment already there in their folders. So how are we going to support our students? Well, there are several ways that they will be supported throughout the course. It includes, but is not limited to, supported study session. The idea behind these is that they're planned to coincide with assignment dates and exam deadlines as far as possible in order to maximise their effectiveness. It is possible, of course, to come up and go to the regular supported study sessions that the faculty offers on a Wednesday during times when they don't have a deadline coming up, in order just to revise. That's perfectly acceptable and encouraged. We also hope to be running Easter School again this year. We've run it successfully for the past few years in media since the course began running, and as expected, we'd have constant and rigorous tracking and monitoring throughout the year. So the work that your child provides will be assessed and monitored, as well as the ability to meet deadlines, as well as their ability to submit the work in the first place. So all of that is tracked and monitored, and we look at the progression and how it compares to previous years and how it compares to them in previous years, and make sure that they're on the right track to get the grade that they want to get. So if your child is struggling with the demands of the course, there is an option for NPA Media and Journalism that we have ran in previous years. This is an SCQF Level 6 course, which is the same as Higher Media, and it requires the creation of a film and the analysis of other media texts. So there is a lot of linkage. There is no exam in this one, and therefore sometimes it's preferable for some pupils. But it's something that would be discussed extensively beforehand, but it's just nice to know that there is an option there if it is more applicable and works better for your child. How can you support your child? So all of the young people enrolled in this course are going to be undertaking a huge challenge and will need the appropriate support. And because Higher Media is a crash course, so to say, a lot of them have not had the experience of making films and making videos beforehand in order to prepare them so that we can be confident they can do it by themselves completely. So some of the ways you can support your child while they are, especially while they're filming. So for exam, providing access to the film, all pupils do have access to a digital copy of the film on their OneDrive, so they would simply need a device to be able to watch it on. We've already watched the film in class, and therefore it's likely that they'll need access to this when they're revising, and they'll be looking at specific clips that will fit in with the answers they're going to provide, and therefore they probably won't need to watch the full film again, especially several times. So as long as they have a device in order to access it and access their OneDrive, they should be absolutely fine getting access to the film itself. Also for exam, helping organise set times for revision. Just like other subjects, we have the prelim in January and the final exam in May, and therefore helping your young person organise themselves so that they are fully prepared as much as possible for the exams will obviously go a long way. Email their class teacher, so that's myself, with any questions, concerns or praise concerning their at-home revision. I will be providing email addresses at the end for myself, and feel free to get in touch with any concerns or anything they've done particularly well, even that it would help me be informed about how they should be performing in class. It's always good to get that kind of wider insight into how they're getting on. Similarly, we have the assignment. So this is where it deviates from the standard, making sure they're organised, etc. But they have several things that your involvement would help them complete and do. So right now, actually, they are currently surveying potential audience members who would be interested in seeing their films. They've been asked to put this on their social media accounts, email it to people they know, etc. So allowing yourself and encouraging others that you know, family, friends or relatives, to fill out the survey as part of their audience research would be a huge benefit to them. Similarly, making viewing suggestions that could help their filmmaking process. So if you know that they're making a film of a certain genre, say a horror film, and you are a horror film aficionado, and suggesting films to them that have similar tones, plots, characters, etc. would be very helpful, as it builds up their knowledge of film, and therefore they can see what's done well, what's not done well, and be able to use those techniques and skills that they see in their own production. Fulfilling a production role to help them out. So there's many different production roles that will need to be carried out on a film set, from scouting a location to providing props and clothes to holding the camera during parts of filming, to even giving them a lift somewhere. These simple things really help them out with them being able to make the film that they want to make. And finally, attending the Braze Oscars night in March. We're very hopeful this will be running this year, so keep an eye out for that, and hopefully we'll see your young person be recognised in terms of their attainment with their films. We have certain categories: best director, best actors, best editing, etc. So hopefully we'll see people there. Fingers are definitely crossed it's going to run this year. And the assignment again, so if possible, invest in a tripod, a camera holder, and maybe any other filming equipment that they might need. And alternatively, we do have filming equipment in the department. So by helping your young person plan their filming in advance and what they're going to need, they should be able to book out the department's filming tools at a time when no one else is using it. We also do have a limited amount, and we have quite a full cohort this year. That means that we won't be able to provide equipment for everyone at the same time. So ensuring that they know what they need when they need it would be a big help as well. There are many other small specific ways that your particular child will need to be supported during this course. You will know your child and the things that they need more than a lot of other people, maybe everyone else. So you'll know the type of support that they'll need, whether it's a confidence boost or whether it's a schedule to help them revise. But the main way they'll need to be supported is by ensuring they're maximising their efforts throughout the year. And if they work hard to meet the deadlines in this course, everything should fall into place for them. It's been the prevailing pattern through the years. As it says, it's evidenced by the efforts and the results that the higher media cohorts of previous years have got. It's been very evident that the pupils who put in the most work reap the most reward from this course. So we have previous examples of great work created by pupils that you're free to look through. They are currently uploaded on the Braze English and Media YouTube channel. So the films that are on there were submitted accompanied with in-depth research and reflection in their assignments. So no matter how good the finished quality of the film is, the results really are based on that written work, and then being able to explain the techniques they've used, their thought process, their ideas, and how well they manage to execute their ideas. So the film should be a reflection of their discussion in there. So if you're seeing a really well-made film on the Braze English and Media YouTube channel, it's very likely that the reason it's so well made is that they prepared very well, they wrote about all their ideas and what they were going to do with it, and then they reflected very well on it as well. For further support, follow us on Twitter for helpful advice and up-to-date information. We are at Braze English_media, and each pupil is also a member of the higher media team, which provides access to all materials. It's a place to submit homework as well. So the assignments always got there and always should be submitted there when possible. And if you're needing any more information, you've got any queries, concerns or advice, you can send an email to either myself, gary.macintosh@falkirk.gov.uk, or the faculty head for English and Media, Mark Rooney, at mark.rooney@falkirk.gov.uk. Thank you for listening, and hopefully your child has a great time this year learning how to make films, learning how to analyse films, and that is reflected in their work. Thank you.